You are listening to the Postcast, presented by the Locked On Senators podcast and the Glebe Central Pub. You're among friends and family at the Glebe Central Pub. Tasty food, great drinks, great people, all in the heart of the Glebe. Visit them at 779 Bank Street and let them know that Locked On Senators sent you. And why don't we start off on a great note before we get into a gong show of a game? Mitch Donnelly and his boys from Halifax came to Ottawa and they used the Glebe Central Pub shuttle today. They said the bus is bumping. It's a win-win for you guys and the pub. So there's a first-hand note, and we're going to be on that February 17th. So make sure you join us at the Glebe Central Pub to and from the game against the Chicago Blackhawks. I just mentioned in the chat a must-win game for the Ottawa Senators. But Pilsy, there will be no more must-win games all year long. This team is a joke. They are a laughingstock. They have lost 5-1 to the Winnipeg Jets. And the trend continues that we'll get into a little bit more, that the Senators, when they lose after two periods, you may as well just turn off the game and wait for the postcast.
Yeah, that's basically the strategy here, especially when you're up against a playoff contending team like the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, back-to-back 5-1 losses to the Jets this season. That finishes out the series, and this one was never really close. And the only way the Ottawa Senators had a chance in this game is if the power play was clicking. They go 0 for 4 on the power play. And not only that, they give the Winnipeg Jets 8 power play opportunities. And the Jets are able to go 2 for 8 on that. So not the recipe for success for this Ottawa Senators team.
Best part about this game is I wasn't there, like I was for that 5-1 loss in Winnipeg. Our boy Phil Lallier was there. We appreciate you, Phil. And Phil's the most passionate Sens fan that's going. He's in the upper echelon, right? And he was a Sens Central citizen, so you can go listen to his episode. But he's embarrassed to wear his jersey. Like, I mean, that tells you where fans are at right now. Like, we'll get into the game. It's 5-1 loss, okay? Josh Norris scored a goal. Great to see. It was a tie game at one point. I get a text from my future brother-in-law, and he says, this is
Jets
the most...
fan.
Yeah, Jets fan. He goes, perfect summary of DJ Smith Sens. 3 minutes in the D zone with no idea what to do, and then the Jets score. That was the 3-1 goal, and at that point, Pilsy, like, you knew it was either going to end in a penalty or a goal.
Yeah. And this was so easy for the Jets to score, Ross. Like, the last two goals I have in my notes, they start the play from their own zone and break out with ease from behind their own net. It's so simple and so smooth for them to get into the Ottawa Senators zone. And then not only do they get in the zone, they're able to create dangerous scoring opportunities for themselves and capitalize. Like the line of Nikolai Ehlers, Blake Wheeler, and Mark Scheifele had 3 points each, all three of them. Like, it was just utter domination by this Jets team. And the Sens team, like we've mentioned, like, other than, you're missing Zub, you're missing Zaitsev, you're missing Tyler Mott, minor guys, minor pieces to the puzzle, other than Zub, top 4 defenseman. But there was just no chance for this team. And for a team that has the aspirations that the Ottawa Senators do, you can't be losing games like this. And I feel so bad for everyone that went to this game to have to deal with this.
Sens burner. Like, the fans are what's keeping it rolling. This is way too generous. We appreciate you. Anyone who throws a couple nickels in the guitar case, we appreciate. But we'll cheers to that one. A nice 50 burger for the boys. We really do appreciate when everyone.
That's a healthy wine glass there. You got a good serving size there. What's that? A 9-ounce pour, or what are we working with here?
We call it the 5-1 pour. Right when Scheifele scored the goal, I turned to Rach. I said, you know what? Let's have a glass of red here. And that was only the 4-1 goal, right? Because it was Cole Perfetti that made it 5-1 late in this game. Just a complete. So we'll read it here. Sens Burner saying, pouring one out for all my homies who continue to watch 60 Minutes every night. There's 134 people in the postcast right now.
Yes.
This team stinks. But it's almost like a car accident. You can't look away. What's going to happen next? Something is going to happen, and we talked about this on the show the other day. I'm extremely nervous for what's going to happen next, but something's got to give. Look at Vancouver, and you don't want to be Vancouver, but they're firing a second coach in 2 years. They're 14 points ahead of Ottawa in the standings.
Yeah, when you put it that way, oh my God, that is really tough to that's a tough pill to swallow.
Like, we're talking about how much of a gong show it is out west, and it is. I misunderstood that. I read the wrong thing. They are not ahead of the Sens in the standings, but they're right on par.
Okay, I was gonna say 14 points ahead. That is wild.
No. -1 for me.
Okay,
-1.
-1.
I'll take that. Hey, at least better correct it rather than go on and sound even stupider than I would. But the point stands that this is a team in a similar spot than Ottawa, and they're making changes. But
Yep.
my goodness. Should I get to the stat that, I mean, I put this stat out before as it's been going along, but now we got to a milestone night. Like, we celebrated DJ's 100 wins. That's great. But now DJ has 100 regulation losses when the team is trailing after 2 periods. Now, when you trail after 2 periods, it's tough to win games. There's no question about that. I am not expecting the Senators to be a 500 team or anything like that. But right now, the only team with less wins when trailing after 2 periods than Ottawa in the last 4 years, the DJ Smith era, is the Seattle Kraken, and they've played 130 less games. So you
And
got
that's an
to.
expansion team. Like, oh man.
You know who they're tied with, Ottawa? They're tied with the Anaheim Ducks with 8 wins, and even Anaheim hasn't lost as much as Ottawa. 100 losses. That's why. Only Detroit's actually worse in terms of Sens are still worse, but Detroit has 110 regulation losses when trailing after 2 periods.
Losers.
Ottawa's at 100. I mean, Toronto's right down there as well, but they're never trailing. So get this. Toronto has 70 games where they're trailing after 2 periods in this span. Ottawa's at 118. Like, I don't know where we go from here, because this team, they need something. They need something fast. The only thing that I think I'm really holding on hope to, because what you worry about the most in these situations is a guy like Brady, Timmy, Josh, Sanders, like the guys who you know are a part of the long-term future, where they bail and they request trades, right? That's what you worry about when things go south when they aren't supposed to. But I really think that the new ownership and the fact that the ink isn't even dry on most of their contract extensions, I don't think we're in that territory just yet. I don't think we're going to see guys request trades, but what's the common denominator here? And I hate to talk about another man's job, but don't you have to change something just to change it at some point?
Yeah, and look, if this was a normal year where new ownership isn't coming in kind of any time now, like within the next couple months, then sure, you make the change. But I don't think they're going to make a change now when they know whoever they hire is just going to be a lame duck for new ownership to axe. And from how it sounds like the players still say they support DJ and they're still buying into what he's doing despite the results. But I honestly, we said it last postcast, Ross. I think Sens fans, unfortunately, we just got to sit with this. We got to be comfortable sitting in the mushy middle, because no one's going to make a move here. And all we can hope for is that Pierre Dorion doesn't get too desperate and mortgages the future to try to make a save my job type of trade. That's the biggest concern right now.
I want everyone in this chat to mark down, if the Senators trade for a rental defenseman, you have to go to YouTube right away. There will be a reaction video, and I will not be impressed. I will go full psycho mode if the Ottawa Senators try to get a rental. They are so far outside of, like, it's not even that. Like, we talked about this the other day too. Even when they went 12-5-2, they had 0 regulation wins against playoff teams.
Yeah.
That was a Mickey Mouse run, and I bought in. I bought my fast pass.
We all did.
On that Mickey Mouse ride. I was riding the tea kettles, Pillsy. I was spinning
wearing the ears with you. Yeah, I was there.
We had our turkey legs. We're walking around the park.
That is a weird move, but when you're doing it, nothing better than just walking around Florida just with a turkey leg. There's nothing more American than that, I
think. Steve saying he'd worry about Giroux here. The man wants a cup. I get the sentiment, but he's home. He's home.
I think we have to worry more about what his wife thinks. If his wife is like, yeah, we got to get out of here, then we're looking into trouble here. But I think Giroux, yes, he's obviously frustrated, but I think he can see that the pieces are here. They just haven't figured out the right formula yet.
Apparently, did anyone else see this? I don't know. Axkull TV saying, did anyone else see Timmy say F off to DJ?
Oh, shit. No, I did not see that.
I think that it would be the most unanimous siding with Tim Stützle, the superstar of the team, in that had tet. By the way, Timmy's penalty in the third period, that's Mark Scheifele needs to hold on to his stick a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I didn't love the reffing in this one. Was very similar to that first Pittsburgh game where just everything was getting called, and then that was the standard, and then the standard was just set like that.
What can you do about this? Dennis Boucher says if Pierre Dorion makes a rental move, we sick Pillsy's chickens on him, all 60,000.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you from experience, if you've got thousands of angry chickens coming at you, it's not a good time. So that could be a move. We could look into that. Yes.
Okay, yeah, we will look into that. We'll get our crack team on that one. Our chicks will be all over that one. Okay, Pillsy, do you have a Sen Central standout? Like, should I tease that, or do we want to just kind of go through DJ Smith's comments, which were very interesting after this game? Do you have a citizen you can tease for the people?
Well, I don't really, but I would like to give a shout out to Josh Norris just because I'd like to see shoulder injury or not in the ozone. I'd like to see this done more often. So it was an ozone face-off. Giroux taking the face-offs, as we know. He wins the draw, as he does. And Norris, right off the face-off, quick shot. Hellebuck doesn't even see it coming. Beautiful goal. I like that idea. Now, I'm going to kind of transition the Sen Central or the Sen Central standout from Norris getting that goal.
Whoa. The word tease was important there because we got to tell you about our friends at the Glebe Central Pub real quick. Glebe Central Pub in the heart of the Glebe. We have a call with them on Monday, so stay tuned next week. We got great plans coming for the February 17th meeting against the Chicago Blackhawks. It's a quick trip home for both of us. Home for me to Ottawa for Pillsy, which, I mean, it feels like home. The right when you got in Billingsbridge Mall, right beside the McDonald's, somebody rolled down the window and said, "I got the pod on right now." At that exact moment, Pillsy was home in Ottawa.
It does feel a little bit like home to me, not gonna lie. Yeah, it feels good going back.
Well, you know what else feels like home is the Glebe Central Pub. It's in the heart of the Glebe, 779 Bank Street. When you go, make sure you let them know that Locked On Senators sent you. I mentioned Mitch Donnelly. His boys are in from Nova Scotia. And he mentioned, he's like, the owner was so fired up when I told him that I heard about this shuttle on the Locked On Senators podcast. Nice. So we want to make sure that it's a welcoming environment there, an inclusive environment, and one where you can be yourself and expect others to go. Oh, Alfie wants to head on the Glebe Central Pub shuttle. So head there today. Great vibes, great people, tasty drinks, great specials. It's all at the Glebe Central Pub in the heart of the Glebe. Go check them out at 779 Bank Street. Pillsy, your Sen Central standout.
My Sen Central standout is Josh Norris. Talked about it, that quick goal, and it's nice to see people in the chat are kind of saying, yeah, that's probably the only guy you go for. I think that was it. That's all you can really do there. But what I wanted to get into is they had Josh Norris on the bench during the third period. Now, I'm not sure when exactly or if they completely shut him down. Maybe people in the chat can let me know. Did Norris play a shift after kind of the second half of the third period? It seemed like he was sitting on the bench for a while. I don't think he came out for the power play. And the trainer was talking to DJ Smith about Norris. And I don't know, that makes me nervous if we have another situation where it's been 2 games of Norris back, and already maybe they're thinking of shutting him down early in games. So yes, he gets that goal. Great goal. Sen Central standout. But if he's shut down again,
we have 2 big topics we have to get to, but this is a good third one that you're bringing up right now. Now, Josh Norris, like, I don't take any chances with him. This guy is in year 1 of his max term contract.
Yeah, so Dylan Robertson saying he's the only forward last night who didn't play in the last 6-7 minutes.
Wait, last night? So wait, this was last night as well?
Oh, I didn't even really realize that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just this game. Damn.
Interesting.
I mean, back-to-backs, that's tough.
My God. So I don't even know if I said the full stat. DJ Smith, when trailing after 2 periods, the Ottawa Senators are 8-111. 8-111. So 100. This year they're 119-2. Trivia time. What was the one win when the Sens were trailing after 2 periods this year?
It was 5-1.
No, this year.
Oh, I thought you okay. This year.
That was one of the 8 games. So
yeah.
I'm trying to find it myself.
I can't think of it on the spot, but when you say it, it's going to be one of those. Oh, of course.
No, it was 2-2. I thought it was the LA overtime win where Giroux was sprung on that sick backhand Timmy pass, but it wasn't. Was it in? Nope, it was tied in Nashville. Let us know in the comments. I want to hear if people can get it proper. Was it the Rangers game? Was it
Where
the Brady
Brady scores
Tkachuk?
the winner?
Was that the Brady Tkachuk game? The
Could have
Rangers game?
been, but I'm not sure.
I've got the game logs for all of this right up, so I can get these in a. Oh, wasn't it the Washington overtime game? Yeah, it was. No, 3-3 after 2. No, 3-2 after 2. We did it. It was the Brink tied it in the third period. It was December 29th. There we go. We found it. Nice. Capitals.
Yep.
That's great. No, the Rangers game. People are convinced that it's that. So let me pull up the answer to that. And then I want to get to a very legitimate question here from Will Scott. That's all coming up after I find the Brady Tkachuk score, 3-2 overtime win. It was 1-1 after 2 periods. Timmy had a power play goal in the second that tied that one up. Then Mika scored, so it was 3. They were losing in the third period, but they didn't enter the third period trailing. There's where that stat has a little bit of je ne sais quoi on it. Will Scott, we appreciate you. I almost said Will Smith. We appreciate the coins in the guitar case, as we're calling it. If you had your pick of coaches, who would you choose? Thank you for giving a glimmer of hope after a Sens loss. I'm not feeling hopeful right now, but I appreciate that that's a sentiment going on right now. I liked Rick Tocchet. It looks like he's going to be the Vancouver head coach by Monday. There's no secret about that. He's arriving in Vancouver this weekend, and he will take over. I'd expect that announcement to come tomorrow. Are there any other names? Like, this is where it's tough because you have, like, just like the Senators are talking about a rental, that's to show the market that you mean that you want to win. But the best coaches are all available in the summer. So you're put in an interesting position right now.
Yeah, Rick Tocchet would have been my first choice because I feel like he's similar to DJ in the fact that he's a bit of a player's coach, former player himself. He's able to be buddy-buddy with guys, but also have them running through brick walls for him. A guy kind of similar, and maybe we don't want guys similar, but I'm just trying to think of this core and how they kind of react and how they are motivated. And I feel like a player's coach still could be a good opportunity. I don't know where he's coaching now, but he used to coach in Florida. What about Bob Bugner? Remember him? He seemed like a guy that...
He's DJ Smith light. Like, him and DJ were like coaches together with Windsor. Like,
well, that's why I thought someone like him. But yeah, maybe you don't want that. I thought he did a good job when he was in Florida. But they axed him because Joel Quenneville became available. That was the main reason.
Well, and then Andrew Brunette took over, won them a President's Trophy, and now he's an assistant coach in New Jersey. So it's like, okay, there are some names there, but I think you have to try to get somebody with more experience. Like,
that's fair.
Claude Julien is just sitting around Ottawa. Like, is that the call? Yeah. He's had problems with young players in the past, but at some point, these guys aren't even young players, and the Senators have the 24th ranked prospect pool, according to Scott Wheeler. But it's just like they're in this kind of in-between right now, and it's interesting. Let us know in the comments where you would go for the next Senators head coach. Bruce Boudreau is available name, clearly by the passion he showed, and he was interviewed for this job. Not right now. I think it was when Guy Boucher was ultimately hired. They had interviewed Bruce Boudreau, if I'm not mistaken, but he's a guy with a track record in the regular season. Like, this guy's like a career 65% winner. Right now, the Sens are like 40% winners. So it's tough right now. No, DJ, no matter how hard you blink, the score and stats don't change. To giggles, very much appreciate a couple coins there. I got to scroll all the way down. Yeah, John Cooper, Steve. That's a great call.
If John, I like it. Let's get Cooper.
Dylan, do not say Babs. That's a last guy we need.
Yeah, we're not going the Babs route.
No chance. Some other great suggestions. Yeah, Eric mentioned Claude Julien is already in Ottawa, like right there. Some other Joel Quenneville. We talked about how there's some baggage that comes with that. Troy, man, I know that the lineup in Belleville is depleted. They blew a 2-0 lead tonight as well. They lost 4-2. So I don't think Troy Mann's the answer right now. I think that in the right circumstances he would be, but this is a team where I don't think the fans are going to buy another non-experienced head coach. Like, one of the most damning stats, we talked about how damning it is that the Senators can't win when they're losing after 2 periods. The last Senators coach to get hired as another head coach was Jacques Martin.
Yep. I mean,
They've
Paul
gone through
McLean
7
won the
coaches.
friggin' Jack Adams, and he hasn't even been a head coach.
Paul McLean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And Guy
crazy.
Boucher was right in the mix for it in 2017. Pierre Dorion won he was nominated for GM of the year
Nominated, yeah.
for getting Victor Stahlberg and Tommy Wingles.
Hey,
And,
don't forget Alex Burrows. He got hugs and high fives.
Mike Condon was actually a good
Yeah,
pick.
Mike Condon was the big one for a 5th-round pick. I think when we're talking about new coaches, the question is, are we looking for a guy to finish out the season or long term?
That's a great question.
That's where the distinction comes in. Like, to finish out the season, I think maybe you go for a player's coach that keeps things light and tries to motivate the guys. But if you're looking long term, then I think you go for someone different than DJ Smith and maybe a guy like Claude Julien, a guy who's a little more old school, a little more experienced. Definitely would be the right call.
Okay, Martian just tweeted out the clip here. I think it was actually at Sens fan NL, Newfoundland Sens fan, but quote tweeted there. You can go to at Liam's Martian to see it as well. He definitely says F off on the bench. I just don't know what it's talking about because it's after Ottawa got the penalty there with 1:34 left. That Casty got worked by Adam Lowry. And we should give a little bit of credit. Like, the Winnipeg Jets are legit. They are a legit hockey team.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, that is such a good roster. And then on the ice, it's finally working with Rick Bowness there. Ross, before we move on, got to give a quick shout out to Asher Friedman, Ottawa native living in Cincy. Love the hat pillar. Hooday! Let's go Bengals. Big game up against the Bills tomorrow. So I'm fired up that one of the teams I cheer for is able to be in the playoffs. So Asher, let's go.
Hey, we always scoff at this one, but you know what, Dylan? I mean, when you throw a coin in the jar, of course. But why does everyone hate on Babcock? I never heard of Nick Lidstrom, Datsuk, or Zetterberg complain. Can a guy not redeem himself? I mean, the results in Detroit certainly showed. I hated the Mitch Marner storyline where they asked him to go in and rank the hardest workers and the least hardest workers on the team. And then not only that, but then take that confidential information that you got from a rookie who was obviously kind of in over his head and like feeling like
what's he supposed to do? Yeah.
Then going to Nazem Kadri and saying, "Hey, Mitch said you're the least hardest worker on the team." I don't need that on the.
That's the reason why I'm out on Babs is he's a mind games coach. And I feel like that can work and it has worked in the past, but I don't think it's going to work here because this is too tight knit of a group. And if you try doing that stuff, Brady's going to sniff it out. Claude Giroux's going to sniff it out and they're going to call bullshit on you. So I just don't think, and especially when you're in a team that's been losing this badly for this long, playing mind games and turning the players up against each other, probably not the best route to success.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan follows up. Kadri didn't score 30 until Babs showed up. Hey?
Yeah.
But Kevin points out, yeah, Spezza getting scratched because he had to work on the PK. He played 7 minutes on the PK the next 3 seasons combined.
Yeah, and like just doing stuff like, didn't he stop Mike Modano from getting his 1,000th game and
his 1,500th game?
Oh, 1,500, yeah, and then
14.99.
Yeah, that's such a brutal move. And then there's that story. I forget who the player is, but he was an AHL guy. He gets called up the wings. He's sitting on the bench before the game, taking in the NHL atmosphere. And Bab goes up to him and he's like, "Oh, you like what you see?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is cool. Always wanted to be in the NHL." He's like, "Well, enjoy it while it lasts, kid. You'll never be here again." And sure enough, Babs never allowed him to have an opportunity to play with the Red Wings again. And I forget who the player is, but they tell the story on Chicklets. But just ruthless stuff from Babcock.
An ego guy.
Big time ego guy. Big time. But like Dylan mentions, like he's got the resume and the track record to back it up. You like cups, you like gold medals. I mean, fair.
You know what I don't like? Is grinders in the top 6, Pilsy. The final topic we have to get into on today's postcast is DJ Smith postgame. And I need to pull up the exact quote because I don't want to put words in his mouth. Let's see. DJ Smith. "We need a worker on every line," is the direct quote. He's going to break up the top 6. So get ready for us. Okay, let's play Connect the Dots. Who is the top line at the next Senators practice?
I'm gonna go with
Let's
Brady.
say whatever Brady's line is the first line, because
Yeah,
they're not going to feel like first lines with the name that you're going to throw out. I just know it.
Brady, Timmy. I mean, this is insane, but it's DJ Smith we're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if we see healthy scratch Dylan Gambrell on that top line.
Damien thinks it's going to be Stützle between Parker Kelly and Austin Watson.
Oh my God. Like, why? The one thing that's been working for you is that top six being able to produce. Why would you split it up? I know 5-on-5, they haven't been good lately, but I mean, they've at least been able to produce chances. Like, none of these bottom six guys are going to help out in the top six. This is going to be so terrible to watch.
Trevor Shackles, Send Central Citizen there, does a lot of great work, or has been doing at Silver Seven Sens, and our heart goes out to all the workers there. Gong show of Vox Media, but that's besides the point. Gambrell played in his 200th game tonight. Should we give him a little? Should we give him a little? Where is it? I don't have it. It's all good. But this is basically, I bet you DJ writing Dylan Gambrell's name on the chart.
Yes. Ha ha ha. Yes.
200th NHL game for Dylan Gambrell. Okay, get this. 2,062 forwards have played 200 games. He's 1,978th in all-time points per game.
Get him on the top line. Let's go.
Gambrell, dude. I mean, I don't know where the Sens go from here. And it's rivalry week next week. They've got a few days off. Here. And then on Wednesday, they've got the New York Islanders, which we thought was going to be kind of, hey, if they beat Pittsburgh both times. This was kind of a scheduled loss. Third game in 4 nights. The Jets are a wagon.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to call a spade a spade. They had a good first period.
I didn't have any sort of hope here.
Sens had a good first period. But
they didn't start good, though. They were outshot 6-0, and they got their first shot on goal 8 minutes in.
Yeah. So the Sens are off tomorrow. And you know what? 3 and 4. I'm pretty sure that's even in the CBA. You'd play 3 and 4 with travel, day off. Totally understand that. I'm not going to go Babs and say, hey, be at the rink at 7 in the morning. Herb Brooks in Miracle. Be at the rink at 7 a.m. We're skating. No, we don't need that. But I'm very intrigued at what the lineup is going to look like. 10:30 a.m. Monday, Pilsy. We will be recording our next podcast as those lines go live because I need immediate reaction out of that. Now, the Sens next play on Wednesday. Do you think that there is a transaction made? Because I think Pierre Dorion is running out of rope. Like, if he's going to do something, either do it or wait till we're in Cabo, because those videos are going to be hilarious when we recap trades from the beach.
Yeah, that will be hilarious. I think there is a chance, Ross, because it really seems, listening to Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts lately, it really seems like teams are calling. They're really working to get deals done. So what are you doing?
Oh, he said my phone in my wine glass. It's actually my computer screen.
All right. I actually think that trade talks are heating up, and a lot of teams, especially if you're a team that's kind of like battling with other teams in your division, it's an arms race right now. So you want to make those big moves as early as possible. Like, if you're going to go and get Bo Horvat, why wait? The longer you have, like, if any team in general, like if you're a team looking for a big rental guy, you're not going to wait. So I think the trade market is going to get active. I'm not saying the Sens are getting Bo Horvat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in general, like, all it takes is one big trade to kind of start the domino effect and teams get going. Once cap space starts opening up, I think we'll see some movement here. And yeah, Ross, I'm so nervous to see what Ottawa Senators' new veteran defenseman will be.
Hey, Sens burner throwing another bottle of Rouge for me. I'm going to save that for the Glebe Central Pub when we do our meetup there.
There we go. Hey.
Sens burner. Yeah, Ethan says drunk Ross. Here we go. I don't think I'm there, dude. We lost 9-4 at men's league tonight. So then I get off and it's 1-1 in the Sens game. I lock in for the final 40 minutes. And I think the Sens touched the puck as much as my team did tonight. We had a team that came down from a level up. So they come down and they just ran us out of the building. That's neither here nor there. But with the Sens and their lineup, I have no idea what they're going to do. But with a trade, I don't know. How many games can Dorian scout himself as the GM before like, hey, I'm either going to pull trigger on a trade or the coach? Like, are you going to – it's that verbal meme, the guy with the stick poking. Do something.
He'll do a trade before he fires DJ. I guarantee you that.
Ooh, I'm putting up a poll. I am putting up a poll on YouTube right now because I think that's going to be close. I'm going to put it up on Twitter a little bit. Go to Twitter at Sen Central. Coaching change? Or should I say NHL trade? An NHL trade, or do you think like a substantial trade? Should I say substantial trade?
I would say NHL trade.
NHL trade. Okay. That's good because I don't know how to spell substantial.
Me neither,
what
buddy.
Happens next? Sens. Please follow on Twitter at Sen Central. We are very close to 10,000. Yeah. That'll be fun. And then when we get to 10,000, there's that K next to it. So my first tweet after we get to 10,000 is I have to quote tweet Simmer and say K. Come on.
Cheers, SS. K.
Okay. We got a lot of coaching change. So Nick Spence, our guy, Sen Central citizen, coach should be first, but won't be. I think that's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Buzz B, what's Coach Jacques Martin doing these days? Pretty sure that he's in Kingston as a special advisor. I would say he's available. Would you say that he's available? Not to speak out of turn.
I was going to say I haven't talked to Jacques in a little bit here, so I'm not sure what his availability is, but he's currently not coaching an NHL team. So yeah, screw it. He's available.
33 votes, 51 to 49%. We are as close as we can. Oh my God. Phil just posted the saddest photo. I'll retweet it, but if this doesn't say a million words, I don't know what does. Just Claude Giroux absolutely just staring on the bench, but you know what's going through his head.
Claude is taking this tough. Yeah, he's really taking this tough.
It's almost like the caption, record scratch. So you're wondering, how did I get here?
Yeah, yeah, for real, yeah.
He got traded to the President's Trophy winning team at the deadline. How did I get here? Braden says, how about Keith Tkachuk for head coach?
I'm in.
I mean,
honestly, Walt would be an interesting interim coach.
Yes. So that's like, you know what? Interim is interesting because, like, you look at you're wearing your NFL hat. Like, Jeff Saturday was never going to be the long-term coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
No.
But I kind of like the idea. Like, if new ownership comes in March, make Alfredson head coach, even if it's just for the rest of the season, because then he can then take what he learns.
You got an informant. Yeah.
You have an informant. You're placing a bug. Do a complete audit of the hockey team. And then have Alfie move into his role as director of hockey ops from there.
It's not a terrible idea. The only thing is then you've got to pay a fired DJ Smith and Pierre Dorion, and you got to pay that coach as well. I
mean, they're going to pay $900 million to buy the team with the arena is my guess around there. I don't think they care. DJ Smith is like the lowest paid coach in the NHL.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, he is certainly down there. Yeah.
That's when I was at TSN. I don't even think he'd mind. Dave Poulin told me that he's ranked 31st out of 31. This was before Seattle. Now, he did sign an extension. So it's before. I think DJ was probably making about 300 tops.
No way. It was over $500,000. I thought it was, again, we're kind of talking out of school here, but I thought it was reported $800K.
No. Again, I don't know. I think it's under 500. That's my guess. But we'll see.
I think most assistants make $250,000 usually. At least.
I don't know. We got to get them on the books. Cap friendly. Step up your game. Get us some coaching numbers. Any final questions here before we roll? Yeah, and Dorion's probably the lowest paid GM. I'm sure. DJ was making less than the guy working the knife at Shawarma Palace. Hey, those guys work hard.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. Allie. Always love Allie's.
Allie does.
Allie, we need you in the comments all the time on the pod. We got a couple people who say they hate the welcome. We got 2 people who keep telling me how bad it sounds. So I need you to stand up for the welcome. The Sens have 4 even strength goals in their last 5 games. That ain't going to cut it. So from that standpoint, I get where DJ's coming from. Swap the lines, do whatever. But there is such a wealth gap between the top 6 and the bottom 6. You cannot neuter the talent that this team has. It's so limited. You have to work on the strategy of how to get them going rather than just be like, no, we need to put a worker on that line.
Yeah, let's anchor these guys.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't like that move at all. Yeah. But that's the thing, Ross. Desperation is a stinky, stinky cologne, and you can smell the stench of desperation off not only this team, the coach, but the GM as well. And things are going to get ugly before they get prettier. I can tell you that much.
What do you think the poll's at right now?
Oh, it's got to be,
160 votes.
Wait, did you word it as what do you think will happen or what do you want to happen?
I'm a simple man, Pillsy. I'm pulling the poll up right now. What happens next?
Okay. Definitely the people think the coaching change is happening, but
yeah, Brett, I will. But yeah, let me know.
That's right.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, we did say we're going to do a spin.
And I didn't even just say, like, if they lose. I said if they lose by 3 or more goals. And they did. The Sens lose 5-1. Great to see Josh Norris get on the score sheet. I mean, if we want to shine the turd up a little bit, Josh Norris gets his second goal of the year. Claude Giroux gets an assist. He's 1 point closer to 1,000. But Blake Wheeler gets his 900th point, and the Winnipeg Jets dominate the Ottawa Senators. The title says it all. The Ottawa Senators embarrassed themselves tonight at home. I'm surprised they weren't booed off the ice more than they were. This was tough in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, you couldn't hear the crowd at all on TV. Like most games, when it's they've sold that many tickets and attendance is that high, you can hear them. I mean, maybe when you only score 1 goal and there's no Zoob, you're not going to hear the crowd, but it did not seem like a great atmosphere. Can't blame them.
How many spins are we doing?
I think 1 each.
1 each? How about 1 each and then 1 for the people?
Love it. Yeah, we are the people's pod. 1 for the people. Absolutely.
Let me get this advertisement from theirs out of here. Okay, so
I can't believe we're back to spinning the goddamn Tankathon spin.
I know.
I thought we were past this.
I thought we were past it as well. Oh my God. So right now the Ottawa Senators are in green. You know it's bad when you're in green, right? In the last 10, they're 4-6, lost two in a row. The Senators have the 8th best odds of drafting Connor Bedard. The 8th best odds. And how about the fact that they're the 3rd? They're the 4th out of 7 Canadian team. No, 5th. Stats guy.
All right, Ross, you do your spin first. I'll do mine. We'll finish with the people.
All right, sounds good. I'm spinning mine first. Okay. Vancouver. You know what? The hometown
I actually don't hate this.
The hometown kid. And hey, Ottawa drafting behind Montreal. We like that.
And 4 of the top 5 picks. I mean, 5 of the top 6 picks in the West. I like that.
Okay. So Vancouver
My spin.
first. Okay, your spin. Ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Again,
I told you guys Connor Bedard is going to Arizona.
Okay. Deserved.
The people.
The people.
Come on, guys.
We need some spins in the chat. We need some spins.
Yeah, hit the spin in the chat. Let's go.
When you hit the spin, it'll spin. All right. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, that's terrible. That's bad.
That's worst case scenario. That's worst case. Let's see how many it takes.
No, Montreal's worst case scenario,
5,
Ross.
6, 7. 7, we get 7th. Or 2nd. 7. It took 7 spins to get 1 lottery win, and it was 2nd overall. I've spun this thing 13 times.
Okay. All right.
14! On number 14, it hit. and I was spinning it so often that I missed it. That just shows you where they're at right now. It's going to be no first overall pick, no playoffs, no hope. Ownership.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Ross. Like, it sucks, but this is like the Sens rebuild going through puberty. It's awkward. They got acne all over their face. Their voice is going up and down. They don't know, their hormones are all out of whack. They don't know how to put things together, and it's going to be painful for this year, and maybe even next year. It might not be that great either. So we gotta work through this because, I mean, what choice do we have? We're here.
I just tweeted. I said Billsy just compared the Sens' current state to puberty. Like, come on, dude. No, it's good. That's fantastic.
Okay.
By the way, Bet Online plus 3,300 for the Winnipeg Jets to win the cup. The same odds as Seattle. I would
get in on that.
I would sprinkle it. They also have cap room, and the rumor is they're getting their own hometown talent. Jonathan Taves could be coming to the Jets.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Move Dubois over to the wing. Have Scheifele, Taves 1-2 down the middle with Lowry. You get a few different looks with that. Wow. I'm just saying. I would get in on plus 3,300. The team is first in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and they've got it all. They've got a coach that's working, that has experience. Just went to a cup final a little while ago. They're stacked up front. They've got veterans. They've got young guys. Excuse me. Their D-core is solid, and they've got one of the best goalies in the league in Connor Hellebuyck. So I like it. With
special teams and workers, as DJ Smith calls them. Like, I thought some of their bottom six guys had good games today too. They have Cole Perfetti on the third line. Like, he'd been playing more in a top six role. And yeah, if they add at the deadline, like, I think they need some flowers here as a very competitive team. And yeah, right now. So I mentioned what the odds are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'll just do it in team names. Boston, Toronto, Colorado, Carolina, Vegas, Dallas, New Jersey, Tampa, Calgary, Minnesota, New York, Edmonton, Pittsburgh, Seattle. Winnipeg has the 15th best odds to win the cup. They're number 1 in the West. Like, what?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm putting 20 on it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go Winnipeg. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, let's do it. Is that our Sens abroad for the team? Are we all going to be Dylan DeMello hardos?
I mean, you're in Winnipeg right now. That's a Canadian team that, like, I don't really feel one way or another about. So I'm in.
Be my neighbor by the time the finals comes around.
Yeah.
$20 on the Jets to win the cup would win $680 back.
Let's go.
Like, I mean, why not? Hey, we can't thank everyone enough for being in the postcast after a game like that on a Saturday night.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it is tough to be a fan of this Ottawa Senators team, but misery loves company, and it is great having you guys. The chat is absolutely on fire. We can go through this together. Guys, we can get through this. We will get through this, but we have to do it together.
Wait. The odds to win the Western Conference, the Jets are plus 1,000. They're in first right now.
But winning the Western Conference, that means getting to the Stanley Cup Finals.
That's playoffs. Okay, fair enough. 20 pays 200 for that. Might put 10 on that. But honestly, Steve's asking what kind of wine I'm. What kind of?
It's Italian. It's Italian or Spanish.
What kind of what kind of wine is that? Chianti?
I am also a fancy man of fine taste.
Well, you actually are. You've got the ski chalet vibe rolling right there with the wooden slanted ceiling. And then in case you don't realize it's a ski chalet, it says it right behind you.
Just in case you're wondering.
That's amazing. Rach, what's it called? Classico, right? Ruffino Chianti. Ruffino Chianti Classico. Can I see it? Thanks. Do you want to show everyone? Thanks. No free ads. Ruffino. This is actually like my house wine. Actually, I really like it. It's delicious. We appreciate. Oh, I just slammed the door. That's rude. She brings me wine. Bang! Right out of there. I'm just mad because their Jets got a 5-1 win over Ottawa. It's got to be fair, right? Gosh, where are we at? Can we get some numbers for the not Classico, the pasta sauce? That's hilarious. Although I did have that the other day, the roasted garlic and onion. That's where
Hey,
we're at.
no free ads. Come on.
Let us know in the chat too, if you're interested in February 17th, because we want to give him like somewhat of a number on Monday. Because if we need 2 buses, I mean, that'd be sick. Mark Morris,
give us your
Give us
your interest on a live show at the Glebe Central Pub, because that is in the works as well. We want to see how many people are interested in that. See what we can do there.
Okay, yeah, I absolutely love that. Oh, that's perfect. Read this.
Our guide, the Giggles. Thank you for the donation. This feels like an AA meeting, but without the semicircle. Hello, my name is the Giggles. Apologies, and I am a Sens fan. Hi, the Giggles.
Hi, I'm Ross Levitan, and I raced home from my men's league game to watch the Ottawa Senators lose 5-1, and it was 1-1 when my game ended.
Hi, I'm Brandon Piller. I've been a Senators fan since 2006, and I'm still a Senators fan.
When's it going to change? You know what I was thinking about on the way home? When Dean Brown announced the second goal for Winnipeg. I thought, at what point are the Sens like the Leafs? Where, remember how we just made merciless fun of them for never making, like, not the Leafs that can't win in Game 7. The Leafs that couldn't even get out of the basement of the league.
Yeah.
Like, we always had that. The Sens have never missed the playoffs in back-to-back years. Remember that? That was always like, can't be us. Every other year we make either
that
the
was
second
awesome
Hamburglar run, 2017. No, Kara. Hi, my name is Kara, and I was a Sens fan. No! Young Zachary with maybe the saddest but most real point of all time. I just want to see playoff Brady. I just want to see it. I want to see him run around like when the place is going bananas off the first opening faceoff, and he goes in and just runs someone through the boards, creates separation from the puck, goes out and bangs it home from 2 feet in front of the net. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, give him a little.
Frank the Tank Selly. Oh,
I know.
Okay, Joe, Kara's joking. She's back. Whew.
Better be.
We almost lost you there, Kara.
The Giggles mentioning this is a space of healing and shawarmas.
That's isn't that the tagline of our show notes, Ross? A safe space for Ottawa Senators fans?
Certainly is.
You're welcome here, guys.
I'm pretty sure that Brady stopped doing the Frank the Tank Selly when Mitch Marner mimicked him.
Yeah. Like that's one of those examples, like when the dorkiest person finally catches on to a trend and does it, you're like, not cool anymore. Like when Mitch Marner is doing that, we're done. That's it.
When Kirk Cousins did the gritty, you're saying, not cool anymore.
Yeah, we're kind of over that now, yeah.
The Senators are Kirk Cousins, though, right now. Throwing a 4-yard check down pass when you need 8 yards for your season to go on.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to beat Pittsburgh twice. Hey, why don't we beat them once, but in that game, give them a point?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, of course.
And allow a goal in the final 5 minutes to do it.
Yep.
I say this with all the hope in my body, but not a whole lot of belief right now. It will get better, and one day the Senators will be back in a favorable position among the league. And we're going to think back to these moments and feel like we deserve it. Because I think Pilsy and I are both the age where the Senators made the playoffs for the first time in 1997. I was 5 years old. So we've just known the Senators as a perennial playoff team. And then they would have dips and valleys, sure. But they would always, like we said, it'd be off year, on year, off year, on year. The pesky Sens made me believers in 2012 when they thought nothing was possible. We thought it was going to be a legit rebuild in 2011, and then they figured it back. So I just see right now as an extended stay at rock bottom. We've got our scuba gear on. We're not snorkeling at the bottom of the pool. we are deep in the Atlantic Ocean.
And we're setting up there. Like we're building a shelter. We're growing crops. We're finding food in the area. Like we're not thinking about getting back up there. We're like, we're gonna be here a while.
We got 60,000 water iguanas with us.
Yeah.
Just farming away at the bottom of the Atlantic. Could be worse. Could be Habs fans. Could be worse.
Oh, true. Yeah. We don't
Could
want
be
that.
Vancouver Canucks fans. Can you believe it? Like, with how much of a gong show this Sens season has been, there are two fan bases who I can legitimately say it would be worse to be them. Maybe even three. Because the Oilers have the two best players in the world and are battling for a wild card spot.
Yep, fair.
And even the Calgary Flames, they're in that same battle. Did you hear Daryl Sutter today?
No.
This would make me go absolutely bananas because Jacob Pelletier was their first round pick. He was in the AHL putting up crazy numbers. They said, hey, Pelletier, how did his first few NHL shifts go? Okay, because he only played 5 minutes. Daryl Sutter grabs the game sheet right in front of him, looks at it and goes, Jacob Pelletier, what number was he? His own player. First round pick.
Weird.
What number was he? Oh, yeah, he was whatever.
But he always does that kind of stuff. Like, remember Goudreau playing in his whatever game, I think it was like his 500th game or whatever, and he's like, hope it's better than $4.99.
Yeah.
But I do like Daryl Sutter. He's a hilarious guy, a good out west farming guy. But yeah,
he would know his way around 60,000 chickens. I'm guaranteeing that.
Maybe, yep.
But yeah, it's not easy, eh?
It ain't easy, no.
Frank McDougall, does Formanton come back in the offseason? I'm going to say 0.001% that he plays in the NHL again.
Agreed.
Sens Arena is moving to the Rito McDonald's. That's hilarious. I don't know the Rito McDonald's. Let's finish up on the Rito McDonald's because everyone has a story to tell from the Rito McDonald's. Pilsy, did you see Martian's tweet about it the other day? So do you have any idea about the Rito Street McDonald's?
I know it's like there's like folklore behind it, and it's like a legendary McDonald's, but I've never been there. I'm not an Ottawa guy, so no, I don't fully know.
Okay, so if you were in there ever between about the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.
It's like the Queen Street McDonald's in Toronto.
Worse. I don't know if a raccoon has ever... Dude, there was a full brawl going on there, and somebody somebody pulled a raccoon out of their jacket and is just holding a raccoon up in the middle of the fight.
He's got a weapon.
Yeah, he's got a weapon, the raccoon. My favorite story from that, a friend who will not be named, used to serve there, used to be a cashier there. We're not disrespecting anybody who works at McDonald's, but just saying calling them servers is different than we know in the restaurant industry. But at McDonald's, and he'd be like, come in. I worked at Paul's Boat Lines. I used to sell boat tours on the bridge between Chateau Laurier and Parliament. And I would come in. I'd order my McDouble dressed like a Big Mac and a junior chicken and a fry, and it would be like, let's say $12. I'd give him 15, and he'd give me 20 back.
Not math guys, but I don't know about that one.
No, and it wasn't just once. Every time I went in, I'd give him 8, he'd give me 10 back. It was just a little increment, but I would make money on my lunch break.
Attaboy.
And what I say cannot be used against me because it doesn't exist anymore. And I didn't know until later on, many years later.
Good legal cover up there, Ross. You're good now. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But all right. What? Hey, Rach, you want to hear something funny? Rach saying that's so... Do you know who it was? Curtis Williams. Hey, guys, I've never posted on here before, but I'm the Ottawa rep for Ruffino.
There you go. Maybe we get a little sponsorship going, huh?
Yeah, Curtis, let's talk, man. You want one sitting in the background of every pod? We can make that happen. Yep. But dude, delicious wine. Absolutely love it. That's all good. Anything else, Pilsy, before we go? I mean, this has been a good support group, to say the least.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. This has been like all we can do now is laugh at the fact that we're all silly enough to still support this team, but we're all here together. Final note for me, Ross. Oh no, we suck again. We suck again.
Again. We suck again. LOSP memes. I want to give them a shout out if you're not following them already. A fresh empty for every show. Whoa. See what I can do. No promises. Hey, all good. Curtis, we'll talk. Shoot me a message. There's an email attached to the account. You can reach me there for sure.
Love it.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, not a lawyer. That's a hilarious throwback to a couple weeks ago. Okay. At Sends Memes, LOSP Memes. These are the lines at Monday's skate. Pilsy, how would you feel if DJ Smith rocks these lines at Monday's practice?
I'm more of a left winger, but I'll play center if I have to. I like being on there with Claude Giroux. He can take the draws for me. I'll just snap him back from the face-off like Norris did. But
we know as a goalie, you're normal. You catch with your left, but
yes,
as a player, are you lefty or righty?
Lefty.
Okay.
Yep, lefty.
Okay, so you got two righties on your line. That's good.
I'm a playmaker.
Well, but I'll make it work. Sensburner, we appreciate you, man. Way to stop in. I don't know if this is a new account for you. I haven't seen you around before, but this is awesome, and we appreciate you. If Ruffino sponsors the pod, it will be his wine of choice. I mean, Curtis,
hear that? Curtis?
What more do you want to hear? Look at that. That's awesome. Hey, we appreciate you. Like, these postcasts, they can get, like, I guess going into it, you're like, okay, what are we going to talk about? The Sens are brutal, but having the chat the way it is, all these coins coming through too, it just feels like a community. It's awesome to see, and we're really looking forward to being able to put face to names, and we hope to see everyone at the Glebe Central Pub on February 17th. Pilsy, final thoughts? I think I already asked you, but I need another one because I don't really got much after this 5-1 loss.
Yeah, mine was, oh no, we suck again.
Yep. Here, I'll say one. Monday is going to be very interesting when the lines come out.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're joking there. Pilsy and I will not be on the lineup sheet, nor will Martian, although he's probably got the best shot.
Martian plays defense also. Yeah,
true. But I think all in all, you're gonna see some wild things on Monday. And to me, it just reeks of desperation. But way she goes. Way she goes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I honestly can't tell you enough how much we appreciate so much how you join us, win, lose, or draw. We'll just continue to try to bring the vibes and try to bring things back. Because when this team's good, it's going to be a lot of fun. Pilsy, enjoy your little ski tomorrow if that's what you're doing up at the chalet. Go Bengals. I'll ride with you on that one.
Let's
shout out to the Glebe Central Pub, your neighborhood pub in the heart of the Glebe, 779 Bank Street. And make sure you let them know that Locked On Senators sent you. Let's get some Go Sens Go in the chat. Just because why?
We're a team.
Because we're a team. And that's what we are as Ottawa Senators fans.
We're a team.
You know what? At least we're not at this point. Remember this when we used to say
rest is a weapon.
And then it got to the point where
rest is a weapon. If I hear that one more time, I'll go crazy.
If I see another 5-1 loss, I might go crazy. But for today, we say goodbye. Sunday is a day of rest for not only the Sens, but the Locked On Senators podcast. We'll see you next Monday. And by the way, Menno versus Stieg, you guys needed to put me on to Colorado earlier than that. I've been bumping it all weekend.
Dude,
this guy is sick.
Colorado is awesome. Yeah, I'm so fired up to talk to Menno. Yeah, tune into that one for sure on Wednesday.
Great interview coming up. For today, we say goodbye for Brandon Piller. I'm Ross Levitan, and we are recapping a 5-1 loss with a whole lot of vibes in between. The Senators lose to the Winnipeg Jets, and that number's only going down. So if you want your action responsibly, bet online. Winnipeg Jets plus 3,300 Stanley Cup champions. Will the cup come back to Canada? Certainly not coming to Ottawa, but we'll be back on Monday with new line combinations from DJ Smith. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Thanks so much for making Locked On Senators a part of your game day routine.